Hey, how you doing? This is Rich with the Gospel Rescue Mission, Muskogee, Oklahoma. And my task today is to help you accomplish your dreams. Now, this seems outlandish, it seems crazy, but we want to help you accomplish your goals. I know you have it in you to do great things. So let's dig down deep. Let's look at all the possibilities. And the first one is to learn how to set goals and why you should do this. If you develop a good enough why, you can accomplish just about anything you put your mind to. First of all, you're going to have to decide you're going to do this. And that's going to include changing your environment. It's going to include dreaming a little bit. So this first video, we're going to talk about someone who accomplished their dreams. Now, this is a story about a young man. He had a good family for the most part. He had a mom and a dad who hung out. But he also had some challenges because this was, probably the 70s. Maybe late 60s, and he had an interracial marriage for his parents. So he had to deal with that in an era where that wasn't as socially acceptable as it might be today. So he had some social challenges going on. And this young man had a dream, though. He wanted to be a Major League Baseball player. Now, this is actually pretty common. A lot of young boys want to do this. But this young boy had a father who said, you know what, if you really want to pull this off, I can help you. And here's how we're going to do this. We're going to set some goals and we're going to examine what it's going to take for you to get from where you are at 9, 10 years old all the way up into becoming a Major League Baseball player. This young man at age 11, in his book, he actually has a picture of him wearing a Yankee uniform at 11, full uniform, head to toe, ready to play the game. Now, again, a lot of boys want to do this. But what he started to realize is he studied this and he analyzes. His father says, study, what is it going to take for you to become a professional athlete? So one of the things he discovered was that in order to be a professional athlete, you need to be in good shape. So this young boy began exercising. Instead of watching TV, he began working out. Also as a young boy, 11, 12, 13 years old, instead of eating junk food, he was eating healthy food. These were all pieces of his puzzle to get to become a Major League Baseball player. So that's an important piece to understand, that no matter what your dreams are, what your hopes are, there's a physical piece you're going to need to figure out. Now, there was also a mental piece. He needed to learn some skills. So in those days, there wasn't some of the abundance of things we have today, the YouTube videos. My son wants to become a basketball player, a college basketball player, so he's watching YouTube videos, teach him and train him and show him how to do different drills so he can get better. Well, that wasn't an option for this young man. In those days, you had to actually go live to a person. There were some VHS videos probably out there. There was the Baseball Bunch with Johnny Bench. Some of you might remember that. So he watched some of that, but he really got his mental skills from hanging out with different coaches. Eventually what he does, he joins 3 different baseball teams. Now there's a whole lesson here to be learned. He picked one who had a coach who was good at offense, the hitting elements, one that had a coach who was really good at the defense, and one that was good at the strategy. So he's mentally learning all these things. Now another side lesson to learn is finding mentors. They can help your mental game more than anything. So yes, videos, you can go to iTunes University, you can just look up YouTube videos, series, different things like that. There's all sorts of resources out there, books, magazines, you name it. Look for opportunities to learn. Well, the best way, though, is through mentors. They can pass on knowledge quicker. They can be very direct. These coaches helped him become the best fielder, hitter, and strategist that you could possibly be. And we need mentors for every part of our lives. As we talk about other areas, as we go through this training and you grab onto it, you can see there's different areas. I wish I would have had a mentor when I bought my first house. Having a mentor walk through with me, saying, okay, look for this, look for that, get this inspection done. All those would have helped me, and instead it cost me about $20,000 to fix a roof that was obviously leaking, and a mentor could have helped me recognize that. So if you're looking for a home, take somebody with you who has knowledge. In the scriptures, if you look through the Bible, there is a young man. He's the son of Solomon. Solomon, the wisest man in the history of the world. But his son Rehoboam has also got some mentors around him, and he has an option. He can choose the senior, wise, or older advisors that his father had, or he can go with his younger friends. Now, they both have something to hold. I mean, you both look at both sets and say, okay, there is value in these mentors. But Rehoboam ignores the advice of his older mentors. So the lesson for us is that we got to take in all this information and listen to those with experience. So find mentors. Find people who can lead you and guide you, not only in career but in life. If you're a parent, find someone who's been a parent. One of my goals you'll hear in the next video is talking about a long marriage. So one of the things that I do is I visit with couples. I'll be at a banquet or I'll be at an event, and I'll find a couple that's been married for 30, 40, 50 years, and I'm saying, you know what, how did you do it? What's the secret? What's the key to making all this happen? And because I've known two couples who got separated at 49 years. I thought, man, you've had 49 years. I want to get to at least 50. So what do I need to know? So they sometimes recommend books. Sometimes they just give great direct advice. All sorts of things. But find mentors in all areas of your life, and that's what this young man did. So imagine this young man who's eating right, exercising. The mentors were coaching him. You know, they had him go out, and they said, you know what, you need to be able to hit the ball. You know, so he set up something in his garage. His father helped him set this up where there was a string and a ball, and he went out and took 100 swings every day from the right and 100 from the left every day. He went out and did this, no matter what the weather was, no matter what he felt like. And that's the power of your dream. If you have enough why, this is his passion, his desire. He's obsessed with getting to be in the Major League Baseball. You got to become obsessed with whatever your dream is and say, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Yes, it'd be great for me to eat that pizza at that party, but if I do that, that might delay my dream. That might hold me back. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And so even if he's feeling sick, he's going out hitting that ball. It's the same sort of thing. I got obsessed with it. So physically, he's doing those things. Mentally, he's got the mentor, the books, the magazines, the videos, all those going on. You know, but then he also was doing some research and found out in that season at least, the Yankees would not take you if you had a criminal record. So now he's looking at a social area. Boy, if I keep hanging out with some of these guys that are my friends right now, I like these guys, I'm not going to be judging them. But if I hang out with those, I might get in trouble. And if I get in trouble, my dream is gone. It won't matter to them, but my dream will be gone. So right now, I want us to look at who we hang out with. The truth is that you do become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So who are you spending time with? Do you want to be like them? Are they elevating you? Are they pushing you, encouraging you, helping you to grow, helping you to become more like you want to be? So this young man started selecting some friends. Now, also at a moral level, spiritual level, he also understood that, you know, if he was to get involved, he's a good-looking guy. Girls tend to like him. And if he got involved with a young lady and things got too hot and too passionate and went too far, then she might get pregnant. If that happened, then he'd have to quit baseball in order to take care of his new little family. Because he has those values that have been instilled in him from his childhood on, that if he ever got a woman pregnant, he's going to take care of her. That's the right thing to do, and he was going to do it. So what this young man decided, and he decided this in the teenage years, it's just incredible to me that he made this call, is he decided he's not going to date until he accomplishes his dream. Well, all these things come play. So physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, he's bringing all this into play to make his dreams come true. He plays high school ball. He makes the major leagues. They recruit him at 18 years old. He gets the call to play in the minor leagues. It so happens that one year the Yankees call him up and say, hey, we're in the playoffs. We can expand our roster. And it just so happens that in the first game of the playoffs, that the shortstop gets injured, and he gets to step in and play for the rest of the playoffs. Now, he does so well that in the offseason, they trade the other guy, and the next season, he's the starter. You know, the Yankees didn't make the World Series that year, but that first year that he's playing all the time, they make the World Series and win the World Series, partially because he's there. Now, this young man, his name is Derek Jeter. He played his entire career in New York. He lived his dream. And then he eventually started dating supermodels, and his life literally went bankrupt, or went really just bang, 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 you know, fireworks going off, did a great job with his life, owns a baseball team now, retired. Eventually he'll make the Hall of Fame whenever they get around to voting him in. Things are going great for him. But it all started with establishing the dream. And you got to accomplish the complete dream. physically, mentally, spiritually, and socially. Work all four of those areas into your dream. Now, in a little bit, you're going to watch, you're going to be taking a quiz that go along with this video, and the question is going to be, what baseball team was referred to? And it's the New York Yankees. Just so you know that answer to that question, which baseball team is referred to as the New York Yankees. So if you watch this whole video, you'll have that answer, and the baseball player's name is Derek Jeter. So let's go on with the rest of these videos and take your quizzes, and let's move forward to become all that you've been created to be.